Hi everyone, welcome back. I promised that I would get back to you with a a recap of the RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 12. Yes, I am 2 weeks behind, but I have been going nonstop since my trip to LA, which I'm dying to talk to you all about. I'm sure a lot of you have heard all the rumors already. But I am excited for the finale coming up, and then I can share what happened at the actual finale taping and compare what is different from what we saw on the TV and what actually happened. So with that will be coming soon. I hope. It was Pride here in New York this weekend. I'm wearing my Pride shirt from the center. If those of you who don't know, I work at the LGBT Center here in New York City. And we had a wonderful time at Pride. I wore a pride flag dress made out of what I can only say is polyester, and I sweated every single fluid out of my body out in the march. It was a beautiful day. You can see I got sunburned. But it was lovely, and we marched our way down 7th Avenue, across Christopher Street, and up 5th Avenue, and had a great time. And then I went out for some cocktails. You may have seen from my previous video that Saturday night I went to a show with Bianca Del Rio, Aquaria, Cameron Michaels, and Asia O'Hara. They all performed. It is a great video. If you go back one video, you can watch it. I really had a great time at the show. It was really, really fun. Bianca Del Rio is so fucking funny that I just wanted to pee myself. And the other three girls put on a great show. So this is going to be a kind of a quick video. You see, I'm sitting in my bathroom again on the floor. The phone is propped up on the toilet, and we are having a good time here in the bathroom because my boyfriend is asleep, and I'm trying to not wake him up. So this is the episode American where they made the video. No, they didn't. They made the lyrics to their song. I each got a verse for the Ru song American. There was no video. There was choreography and the recording studio, which wasn't really a studio. They did it on stage and nothing was plugged in, so it wasn't really a recording, but more of the feel of that. There was a lot of auto-tune because most of these girls can't sing. I'm drinking seltzer water because I feel like I have been drinking nonstop for the last 3 weeks, and so I'm at least detoxifying for a couple days until the finale on Thursday. And then I'm sure I will have a few cocktails with me. But I'm drinking out of my beautiful summer, you can't really read it because it's on both sides there, summer glass, because I went to see the Donna Summer musical here on Broadway. It's a lot of fun. It's a terrible story. The music is great. The dancing is fun. The story is terrible. But it's fun, fun, fun. It is an hour and 45 minutes of just pure entertainment. So go see it if you're in town, if you can get a ticket. My friend Eric Jensen won the lottery and invited me, and we had a lovely, lovely night. This was what my wine came in. Like I said, I'm drinking seltzer tonight. So this whole episode, the American episode, I really actually enjoyed it. I'm gonna go through just quickly my favorite moments from the episode, and then what I didn't like, and then a little bit about Untucked. So my first favorite moment was Asia's apology. She apologized. She told the other girls that she needed to apologize to Cracker. And then in the confessional, she's like, but that's what I feel. So it's not really an apology if you're going to apologize. I guess she's going to apologize for the way she said it and the place and time that she said it. But it's how she feels. She doesn't think Cracker's a star. And that's a shame. But whatever. My next favorite moment was Aquaria leaving her recording session where she felt really good because she thought she sounded amazing. And girl, you did not sound amazing. You cannot sing. But that is what auto-tune is for. Everyone uses it, even RuPaul. So they're going to auto-tune the shit out of you and you'll sound good. But in that recording studio, not so much. My next moment was when Asia couldn't find the beat. They make fun of white people all the time for clapping on 1 and 3 instead of 2 and 4. But Asia was so funny that she couldn't find the beat. She was doing the beat with her leg, but singing to a different beat. It was very cute. And Todrick was having none of it as another black woman. Um, I loved Eureka's elephant noise. I loved it. It was so ridiculous that they never even used it. I think they just did it for film, so that they could have it on film. Because she clearly doesn't know what an elephant sounds like. And neither do those other people. An elephant doesn't go, brrr. That's not an elephant. An elephant goes, brrr. That was my elephant noise. I know that's not what an elephant sounds like, but I think you have to do the arm in order for it to be an elephant. That's what I'm saying. I don't really have anything to say about Cameron's recording session. It was fine. She did fine. My favorite moment of it was when Todrick said, fuck the crack. It could have just ended right there and I would have been happy. Fuck the crack. Fuck the crack. Fuck the crack. That's the name of this episode now. Fuck the crack. Because her voice cracked. Anyway, that's all it was. However, my favorite moment of Cameron this episode was when she moved her stuff to be near the girls. And then it got hot and she moved it back. It lasted all of about 10 minutes, I think. It was literally 1 minute on the screen, but probably 10 minutes. I loved Rue's flame dress. A lot of people didn't like it, and I thought it looked really good on her. I appreciated it. I love her makeup, as always. Her hairline continues to be crazy, but that's the way it's going to be, I guess, with Delta. We're doing her hair. Aquaria's dancing was phenomenal. So good. So good. So good. I could watch her. She is a star. She proved it this episode. And that's all I can say. Her dancing was so good. I really, really loved it. I enjoyed the whole group number as a whole. There were pieces of it that I did not enjoy. And you will hear about them later. It might sound a bit repetitive this episode, what I didn't like. But that's it. And then on the runway, I'm going to talk more about the runway looks when I actually look at them. Let's talk about them. But what I really loved, I loved Aquaria's eye jewelry. I've never seen anything like that before, and it was fucking cool. I also liked her hair. She had a big wave, and it was gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She was teasing that hair in the back, and it looked good. I loved Asia's gown. It might be my favorite gown that she's ever worn on the show. The Tiffany blue color with the gold was exquisite. I know that she was going for like this Egyptian goddess look, and the gown was great. There were some things I didn't like about her look, but that is going to be in my not so favorite moments. Eureka's headpiece I thought was super cool. I didn't like it in her hair, but I liked the headpiece. And then we're going to jump onto the judges' critiques because they were talking about Cameron, how she survived 3 lip syncs. And I loved that they showed her 3 front splits in the different outfits all right next to each other. So you cannot say she didn't do them every fucking time. She did a cartwheel and a front split every time, in addition to her hair toss. The hair toss she couldn't do on her last lip sync against Cracker because she had that big headpiece on and it would have flown off. But she did everything else. And the 3 side splits prove that she did it all 3 times. And Michelle Visage says she didn't do acrobatics in that last one, and she did. It's right there on film. Anyway, on the runway, when they were having their little inner dialogues with themselves, Aquaria said that America's Next Drag Superstar needs to be the future of drag, and that is her. And I would just all like to remind you all that about 6 weeks ago, RuPaul said that Aquaria was the future of drag. So it's bringing it all for a circle. I think we all know that Aquaria should win this fucking thing because she outshined everyone on this episode. She really did. She was so good and so entertaining, and you couldn't take your eyes off of her. She was stunning. So my not so favorite moments of this was Eureka. You're going to hear her name a lot in my not so favorite moments. I will openly admit that I'm not a fan of Eureka's, but I appreciate her drag. She's a great drag queen. What I don't like about her has nothing about her drag. It's not about her drag, with one minor thing this episode. But she was just so fucking extra this episode. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm gonna take a drink because I just belched. When she was in the right at the beginning of the episode when she's in the mirror and she's like, tell me how good my makeup looks. Nah, nah, nah. On and on. Oh, girl. Your makeup is fine. Normally it's too much for me, but it was fine. It's nothing special. You do not need to cause all that drama for it. And then I didn't like her harassing Cameron about singing. And then she went after Asia because Asia just told her to leave her alone. Ugh, girl, calm down. I realize there's no one there to cause conflict, so you're going to do it all yourself. I get it. Screen time is everything to you, but it was too much. I did not enjoy the podcast of death. The only queen they talked to that did not revolve around death was Aquaria. But they talked about Eureka's dying mother. I know she's not dying. Well, she could be dying. She's not dead. But she has throat cancer. They talked about Asia's 2 dead parents. And then they talked about Cameron's dead father. It was all death all the time. And no one needed to hear that. I think they were just trying to get people to cry. It didn't work. They do all cry later on, but this was not the moment for that. And this podcast was totally fake because it never aired. I listened to What's the Tea and it never came on. Unless they were saving it for something special, it never happened. Oh my Lanta. I never want to hear that again. Eureka, stop saying it. You said it twice and it's too much. I did not enjoy the Today's Six sponsorship. There was no reason. It made no sense. I realized they were a sponsor, but it made no sense for this challenge that it was Today Tix to carry out that fucking banner before the dancing. I didn't know. It made no sense. Eureka's lack of choreography bothered me a lot. She did this. She never left the spot that she stood in the entire episode. You cannot tell me that's choreography. She moved her hands, she moved her hips. That's it. She didn't move her legs one bit. And Michelle Visage called her out for wearing those teeny tiny heels, doing that dance, but it didn't matter what heels she was wearing. She could have been wearing 12-foot stilettos. She didn't move. So that's not choreography. Cameron wore that fucking red wig again. And if you watch this previous video, she wore it at the performance as well. She did change wigs, at least. She had a blonde one on first, and then she changed into the red wig. But I'm so sick of this fucking red wig. She cannot wear it anymore. At all. And I'm seeing the finale party here in New York City on Thursday. And all 4 queens will be there. And if she's in that fucking red wig, I may just rip it off her head. I'm so tired of looking at it. It is ugly and does not look good on her. What I didn't like about Asia's runway was her hair. The dress, like I said, was stunning, but the high collar on it, which I liked, it either needed to not have a high collar or her hair needed to be up. She was going for this Egyptian goddess. I kind of wish her hair went into like one of those crazy cone shapes on her head that looks like the hat, or just wear a hat, and take the jewel off your face. I know they have those old Egyptians had like those beard things stuck on. I would have rather had that or nothing at all. The jewel just stuck there. Did not work for me. But other than that, I thought she looked stunning. Her makeup and dress were fantastic. I just wish her hair was up because it made her, because it neck was so high, she had no neck. She was like this, which is probably what I look like most of the time. But I did not like it. Eureka's gown, I hate it. I love the idea of it. It would have worked great for the reunion or her workroom entrance if it fit her. It did not fit, and because it didn't fit, it was too high, and it was not a final look at all. It was terrible. Hated it. I hope you all loved it. I did not like it at all. On screen, you couldn't even tell that it was stoned really, but it was stoned all over. In pictures, you could see it better, but under the lights, you couldn't even really tell that it was stoned. I didn't like it. I also didn't like her eyelashes. Those glumpy, pointed ones just don't work, especially on the bottom lash. And I didn't like a lip sync that made no difference because they all had voiceovers of it, so you couldn't even watch them do the lip sync. They were all talking over it, and then they had confessionals in it. There was what's the purpose? To play Ru song? That's the only reason that it was there. We heard Ru song. Call Me Mother. Got it. Done. That's all I have about the episode. I'm going to talk about Untucked quickly. We had Aquaria impersonating Cameron's lip syncs, doing all of her handography and her hair, and then she literally got down and did the fucking leg things, and it made me laugh so hard. She knew Cameron's choreography after seeing it 3 weeks in a row. And Cameron even laughed about it because she knew it was true. I loved the unseen footage of Aquaria and Asia that was on the runway that we didn't get to see. I wish we could see more things like that. The whole Untucked could have been everything they cut off of the runway, because that meant a lot and showed Aquaria in a really, really good light. And we needed to see that. I love Aquaria. I've been rooting for her all along, so I didn't need to be converted, but I think that moment, a lot of people fell in love with her, in addition to her performance that she did on the show as well. Eureka just keeps talking about being fat and being body positive. Great, I'm all for it, but I've heard it 12 times on every episode. I don't need to hear it no more. I'm fat, I'm fine. Cameron's mom, Vicky, finally came on the screen and let us know that her father would have said can't is not a word, which she told us a few times during this episode. She said in the podcast, she said in Untucked. So Cameron was listening to Daddy, and that made me happy, actually. I really liked her mom as well. She was, it was a nice little montage. And then we got to see all the leftover props. They were really all from New York Queens that they showed. It was kind of funny. It was really all Cracker and Monet's stuff that was left, so I really enjoyed that. I would have liked to seen some more stuff that I guess they showed Bangie's cage from her entrance look as well, but other than that, it was all Cracker and Monet's stuff. And then I wrote a big win game. I don't even know what that means. So clearly I was drunk or something happened at that point and I don't remember what happened. But that's what I wrote. So now I'm going to go into the looks with actually looking at the pictures. So it'll give me a little bit a better idea. Starting with Aquaria, her gown was stunning. It had those cutouts, kind of like the Vixen's denim look. It was like, yeah, the chaps with the mermaid skirt below. That was one of my favorite looks from the Vixen. This one is stunning. It's so much better because it's in better fabric. It highlights her body really well. The stars are fantastic. Her hair is fantastic. It's a great, great look. So she gets a giant toot for that gown. Asia O'Hara, I already talked how much I loved it. Again, I just wish the hair was up. Everything else was fine, except for the jewel. But the gown is stunning. Her nails are great. The little peekaboo for her booby plate is fantastic. Her makeup is always great. So I loved it. Going into this, I hated Asia O'Hara from her initial videos. Not hated, but I was like, ugh, I'm not going to enjoy her because I don't really love pageant queens. I have fallen in love with her. I think she is a fierce queen. I think she is amazing. And I can't wait to see her again. I'm going to see her this week. Excuse me. I talked about Eureka's gown that I did not like. It didn't fit her. It didn't go to the floor. You could see her ugly shoes. I love the idea of it. Again, for a workout. She could work out in it too, maybe. For a workroom entrance look or for the reunion would have been great, but not for a final look on the runway. I just think it's terrible. I'm not a fan. The headpiece, again, I like. I don't like the hair. I hate the lashes. She's a boot. She's the only one I would boot out of this. And then we finally have Cameron. This gown is gorgeous. I'm not a big fan of the nude illusion with all the jewels, but it looked impeccable. Lavender is a great color for her, and she went monochromatic with the dress and her hair. It's not a red wig, thank God. Her face looks really, really good. This is probably the best she's ever looked on the runway, other than that bird outfit, which was stunning to me. One of my favorite looks of the season. And I'm giving it to Cameron Michaels, who I don't like and don't feel like belongs in the top 4. However, I do love this look. She looks great. It's a giant toot. It is not my favorite of the week. My favorite goes to Asia O'Hara because that gown is so flawless. There's no elimination. Big surprise! I already knew that because they told us at the taping that there was going to be 4 because we were going to see them all. So I knew that. I think everyone knew that. I don't think it was just me that knew that. So that's what happened. No one was eliminated. If someone were to be eliminated from this episode, I really think it would have been Eureka. What? Yeah, Eureka would have been going home for the second time because she should have gone home the week of the double save. But they are keeping her around for something special. You decide what that is. I don't really have anything to say about the reunion, but I'm going to go through it quickly. I didn't take any notes. And I've only, I watched it once, but I watched it twice. I actually enjoyed the reunion. People have a lot of bad feelings about the reunion, and about RuPaul from the reunion. But I don't. The big part of it was the Vixen walking out, which is TV gold. So I'm sure the producers were loving it. I'm sure they thought that they could get her back in, but she was not coming back in. From what I heard, when she walked out, they stopped filming for about 2 hours. And some of the girls went back and tried to get her to come out. And then some of the producers tried to get her to come out, but she had already changed into her boy clothes. So I guess they didn't come back quickly. But she was not coming back. She said that her mother was put in the hospital right before they came, and she didn't want to come. But her mother told her to come because they would say that she was just being bitter for not showing up. But so she came because her mother told her to, but she didn't really want to be there, which is fine. I mean, more power to you. I think Vixen has a lot of great things to say. I don't think she is the right person to say them. She needs someone to be a better mouthpiece, because the way she comes off is very off-putting and is more, I know she doesn't like to be called that, but more angry black woman than she wants to be. And like I said, she has great things to say and important things to say about black people in the drag community and at large as well. So I think if she could express herself a little better, it would be more of an impact. But I don't think this reunion did any favors for her. We'll see. Let's talk about what everyone's wearing. Asia. I'm looking at her right here, and clearly that's not Asia. It's Aquaria, because we're doing them alphabetically. Aquaria is in this cow print, but it was actually horsehair in a cow print. It was a Moschino coat, and this hat and this wig. I think she looked fantastic. People are saying it's a little basic for this, but for the reunion, I think it's fine. It looks to me like she just is going to like an executive meeting and ready to go. But I think she still looks great. And that's what I'm going to stick by. Asia O'Hara, sadly we couldn't see this outfit standing up. This picture is taken of her standing up. It is full on showgirl, and she had all of these fucking furs, these white furs that were stunning. I know it's a bodysuit, which I'm not a fan of. You should know by now. But the way that it is jeweled is immaculate. She looks fantastic. Her face, again, is flawless. Her hair is perfect. Giant toot. Asia O'Hara. Love it. Blair St. Clair. I hated the dress. I hated her hair. I hated that she looked 40 years older than she is. Normally she looks young and put together. This just made her look really old. And I don't know, maybe she's gotten older in 1 year. But I don't like it. I don't love it. It's a boot. Boot, Blair St. Clair. Dusty Ray Bottoms. I love Dusty Ray Bottoms. I'm not gonna lie. She was eliminated way too soon. Her cone hair things are flawless. Her latex outfit is stunning. Her face is her own creation, and it works for her. She is a weird queen. I've seen her live a few times, and I love her, and she gets a big toot from me. Eureka O'Hara. I feel so biased because I don't like this either. And it's not true. I like parts of it. I hate those big puffy sleeves. I wish she would leave them alone. They don't do anything for her. I hate her fucking hair loaf. But the rest of the dress I actually like. I think it looks really good on her body. If you take those sleeves off, it could have been sleeveless or just like an off the shoulder sleeve. But those poofy sleeves make her look like a fucking linebacker, which is what I'm sure she played in high school. I boot you just for those sleeves. Oh, Calorie Kardashian-Williams. We thought we were done with her, but she is back and she looks a hot mess. This outfit is terrible. We don't need the bare midriff because if you watch Fashion Photo Review, they zoomed in on it and you can see stretch marks and it is not pretty. And I'm all about body positivity, but no one wants to see those. Cover them up with makeup. But if you're going to wear a midriff, you need to make up everything. But this fabric is ugly. The hair is ugly. The feathers are gross. It's a giant boot. It is the boot of the week for me. Cameron Michaels. It's fine. It is what you expect from her. It's part of her mythical creature, fairy dust, whatever she does. I don't like the headpiece with the horns on it, and I hate the pink hair. She needs to learn how to do big hair. They complained about Monet Exchange wearing pussycat wigs. Every fucking wig Cameron wears is flat. It is flat, flat, flat hair. And that's probably because she puts a headpiece on almost every time. And my favorite look, she didn't wear a headpiece, and it looked better. So I just don't like. It's a fine outfit. It's nothing special, and I don't think it's that good. But I would toot it. Mayhem Miller is a badass bitch. This wig is crazy, and I live for it because I have a wig just like it in red. I don't wear it very often because people might think I'm appropriating things, but she looks so good, and I love this outfit. I love that she wears pants, and she is not ashamed to wear pants. The outfit fits her perfectly. Her makeup looks great. I wish she had more to say on the reunion because they didn't let her talk at all. And I love Mayhem Miller, and I want her back for All Stars. Dude! Ms. Cracker. She was giving us Lady Godiva. And it's a boot. It's not good. She had problems with the hair all night, and I'm sure it's because she ended up sitting on it at some point, so it was like she didn't want to move too far because it was going to rip it off her head. She needed more jewels, more stones on her bodysuit. It's a boob. Sorry, Cracker, I love you. Miss Monet Exchange. I love this look. I love that she's like, fuck you, I'm going to put big hair on, and it's going to have a bow in it. And it did, and she looked good. I love Monet. I think she has great ideas. I think she's super creative. On the runways, her ideas didn't really come together because she's not really a seamstress. And Yuha Hamasaki made a lot of her garments and still makes a lot of her garments, so she doesn't sew, apparently. Or maybe she does and she just doesn't sew well. But her concepts are so good and make so much sense, she just can't execute them. But this outfit is adorable. It's super cute. It's short and flirty, and she's showing all kinds of leg. And I like her hair. I love it. It's a toot. Monique Hart came as popcorn. And not only that, she brought popcorn for people to eat because Calorie Kardashian was eating it during the show. I may have to watch it again just to see if anyone else was, but she's the one that I noticed eating it. But it was in her purse. Monique's purse. Monique's brought it in her purse. It's a cute idea. It's campy and fun. She looks good. I don't like the wig. But that's just my personal taste. But the outfit, I think, is adorable. It fits her really, really well. It's the right length. It's cute. It's a toot. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo. Say it with me, everyone. Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie. She is here to stay, kids. We have not seen the last of Angie, I promise you that. Her gown is gorgeous. I could have done without one or two of the veils. One would have been sufficient, but she had three on. But I love the whole, like, mafia dead husband look. What do you call them? Widow. The mafia widow. I loved it. She looked great. She really did look great. So toot for you, girl. The vixen is a boot. This hair is a mess. Her face looks great. Her face is beautiful. The dress is so boring and basic that I could have bought it at Forever 21. And then just threw those appliques on the top. It's a giant boot vixen, sorry. And finally, Yuha Hamasaki being as fucking crazy as she wants to be. I love that they didn't even ask her what she was doing. They just let her be there. And at the beginning of the show, she was sitting like this and all of her hair was just in her face. She didn't even have a face. But she, if you don't know, she is the one from The Ring. I don't know the movie, but she comes out of the TV. She's just nuts. And apparently she was going for an ugly look because that is the challenge she went home on when she was supposed to be ugly. And so she was going ugly, but it's just crazy. I don't get it at all. It's still a toot because she pulled it together really well. The glitter on her face I could have done without of because it kind of made her look like stone instead of makeup. But it was bananas. So you get a toot just for that. I would give my top toot to Dusty Ray Bottoms because I love her drag. She stuck to her brand. She did it well, and she represented New York City. And I hope we see her again because she went home way too soon. Way, way, way too soon. She was also one of my favorite parts of the reunion. When she did her reading, it was iconic, and I think RuPaul realized that. And she's like, oh, I sent this bitch home too soon. Because really, it should have been a double save with Dusty Ray and Monet's lip sync. They should have both stayed. And then we could have sent Eureka home later when we got the double save. But I think it was in Eureka's contract that she got to stay till the end. That is hearsay. I do not know that to be true. That is what I believe. I believe she had a contract in order to come back. And that's why she's still here. Because she should have been gone twice. But she's still here. We're going to see her in the finale. And we'll see what she does. I may know because I saw the taping. But that's all I have today. Post your comments in here. Let me know what you liked about the reunion. I enjoyed the reunion. I enjoyed the episode American. I love them both. So this was a twofer. Yes! I will be back later this week with the finale. I'm going to go see the coronation live here in New York at the 837 Samsung. I'm going with a big group of friends, so we're going to have a good time. We're going to have, it's an open bar. Yes. So we're going to have some cocktails. We're going to watch the crowning. Hopefully Miss Sasha Velour will be there as well. I didn't read anything about them performing, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but I will tape what I can to share with you all. So look forward to that. I love you all. Happy Pride, everyone, and good night. It's probably not night when you're watching this, but I'm going to bed now.